EchoKids!
Hey everybody, my name's Ian, and today I'm gonna show you about why the upright bass is the best instrument out of all the instruments. And it's it's kind of sad, but it's true. Here's what it sounds like. You hear that? It's just good. It's just so good. All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna teach you a little bit about it and what makes it so cool, because there's so many things that just make it wonderful. You see it. Look how, let's start off. Look how big this thing is. I don't wanna hit my ceiling. Look how big this thing is. It's huge. It is huge. Oh my gosh. All right, so anyways. Oh, I can't read that. I'm putting on my glasses. They make me see better. First thing, first upright bass, or what's known as the double bass, or contrabass, or full fiddle, some people call it. Some people call it the bull fiddle. It was first made in 1542 in Italy. Now that is like a million years ago. So it looked a little bit different than it does today. Today it got 4 strings. You can count them. You see them? There's an E string right here. E string, A string, A string, D string. Whoa, the D string, G string, G string. And they're all great, and they're all better than other strings on other instruments, but it didn't matter because there were only 3 strings before. There were only 3 strings. There used to be a B string, which would sound like this, an E string that sounded like this, and an A string that sounded like this. Why? I actually have no idea. I wish I had it on this piece of paper, but I can't tell you why. It's just how it was. And they also used to make the strings out of what was known as catgut. Now I'm not gonna get into what that is, because it does have to do with cats and anyways, yeah. So the other thing that I was planning on teaching you today about the upright bass, let me read this really quick, is that you can play it in different ways. You heard what I was just doing before? This thing right here. That's called pizzicato, because I'm using my fingers. And I don't use my fingers like this, like an electric bass. Now, I wish I had my electric bass, I'd show you the difference. But the electric bass is smaller, not as cool, not as massive and wonderful. The electric bass is, you pluck it like this. The upright bass, you pluck like this, so you get the sound. Listen to that sound! Sound! That's what I'm talking about. So, you can also play it with this, which is called a bow. And you've probably seen a bow being used on violins, violas, and cellos before. But this is an upright bass bow, and it's a little bit thicker this way, and it kind of takes your whole hand to hold, as opposed to just like you're kind of scrunching up your hand like I don't know how they play their instruments, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, you just play it like this. And that's what you would use if you were in an orchestra and you were playing in the string section. So, basses, these basses come in all sorts of different sizes. Now this is what's known as a 3/4 size. So that's I'm not gonna teach you about fractions today. A half size is smaller than this, and a full size is bigger than this. Now, I'm not super tall, but you would have to be really, really tall to need a full-size bass. Like, I'm talking like at least like 6'4" probably. You gotta be like 6'4" or something. And like, I've never seen it before. So you probably will just end up needing a 3/4 until you start off. When you start off, you'll probably need a half-size bass or maybe even a little less. I don't know if they go a little less, but we can figure it out. It doesn't matter. Upright bass is for everybody. It's a wonderful instrument. So, it sits on an end pin on the ground. Now, you might have never seen an end pin before, but it looks a little bit like this, sticking out of the end of my bass, right at the left side of your screen, I believe, or am I stupid? Right side? Yeah, I think it's the right side, actually. So, that is what the bass stands on. And most people either stand or sit on it. If they sit on, or not stand or sit on it, they either stand or sit down when they're playing the instrument. Now, when they sit down, they're usually doing so on like a stool right behind them, and they'll just sit down and be like, whoop, 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 play the bass, woohoo, I love the bass, I'm awesome because I play bass. That's what they'll do. Or if they stand, then they'll be like this, yeah, I love bass, woohoo. I personally prefer to stand. Now, you can either sit or stand. There are different sizes of bass. There is vibrato. Now, this stuff, get a load of this. This is pretty awesome. Check this out. Called vibrato, and it's a pretty cool part of the bass. Another cool thing that you can do with the bass is you can slide like this. I think that's a pretty funny sound to put in the random parts of the world, you know what I'm saying? If you're just playing in like an orchestra. I used to actually get in trouble for doing that in the middle of the conductor talking. Don't do that. If you go into orchestras, do not play while the conductor's talking. We'll get into that later, more about the bass. We talked about the 4 strings, talked about what they are, why they're so cool. We talked about walking. Oh, we didn't talk about walking. Walking is this. Most people use the bass for 2 different contexts as of today, especially in Western music. They usually use it for either when they play jazz music or when they play classical music. The bass is also, it's a little bit lower and it's a little bit softer than a lot of instruments just because some of the ways that the lower sounds, like that, will register in your ears. So if you're in an orchestra, you might need like 7, 8, maybe even 9 basses to be able to make up, or basses to be able to make up the full sound of the orchestra from the low end. When you're in a jazz setting, usually it's used like this for walking. It's like this. And they call it walking because it sounds like you're taking a walk through like the woods or something. I don't know. Jazz music, the bass is actually the time for what a lot of people will listen to. That it's the time in the sense that it's like, oh, the walking bass line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll actually listen to that instead of the drummer, who I like to think is the amplifier almost, like the person who plays off of what the bass player. Basically what I'm saying is if you're a bass player, you're just, hats off to you. So, anyways, I'm gonna play you a couple songs now. I'm gonna play you just some songs. Let me put on my smart people glasses so that I can figure out how to play these songs when I look at them. Which, first song of the day, I'm gonna play with the bow. I like playing with the bow. Sometimes it's fun. I'm gonna play what's called Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And you, of course, it would be awesome if you could sing along with me. That would be grand, as they say. Now check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was awesome. Now here's the thing. Now when you're a professional musician, which I'm not yet, but someday we'll see what I do. I want to do this. You gotta embrace when you mess up. All right, so make sure you're doing that when you're a bass player. If you mess up, if you're like, and you're like, wait, what am I doing? Why am I messing up so much? Oh no, just keep going. Just keep going. You can even make up stuff. It's fun. So, next song we are gonna do. How do I want to do this set list? I think the next song I'd like to do is called Wheels on the Bus. Wheels on the Bus. So that is the next one. I'm not going to play with the bow. I don't feel like it. I'm going to be honest. All right, so check it. Wheels on the Bus. No bass solo at the end of this one, because sometimes basses don't get solos, but you know what? They get to make people dance and have a good time. That's what we get to do. Next song, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyways, next song. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. All right, now all of you sing. Sliding. You remember sliding? We talked about it earlier. Anyways, next song is gonna be a little bit of a weird one, but it's a pretty cool song. If you know it, hats off to you once again. But it's called The Ants Go Marching. It goes a little bit like this. That's always a fun one. Always a fun one. Now, if you don't know that one, I would suggest you check it out, because I still listen to it, because I'm going to be honest, that's a pretty wonderful melody. It's kind of just makes you happy. It makes you happy, kind of like the bass. But we got another song for you. Check this song out. I think you're going to like this one. It's called The Itsy Bitsy Spider. Old MacDonald had a farm. Last song of the evening, and it has been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you. The last song that we are going to play of the evening is going to be called Down by the Bay. It goes a little bit like this. I'll sing a little bit of it for you if you don't remember, or if you don't know it. But it goes just like this. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I will not go. And then there's the rest of the words that I'm not remembering right now. But if I play them, maybe we'll all figure it out together. We'll see. Who knows? Last song of the evening, Down by the Bay. Take a bass solo, I don't care. That is the bass. It has been a pleasure to meet you all today and to show you the bass and show you what is just, honestly, I made a lot of jokes, but it's just such a great instrument. I really don't think that there's anybody I would not recommend this instrument to. It's just so, it makes you feel so good. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and you enjoy every part of EchoKids and coming on here.